Hi, my name is Jason Jadon. I'm a supporter of Fulham Football Club. I live in Atlanta, Georgia, but my second home is the Cottage, and you're listening to DU Football Show.
Hey, Fulham won. They advanced in the cup.
They did.
We can talk about it here.
Yep.
Now that, of course, I have all the documents, Sam. The documents. I would say there was definitely a cold envelope that made sure that their next opponent is Man City because they always get the hard teams.
That's right.
Let's start the show.
Born in the land of Bowie, Maryland. Bred to be a fan of fucking Everton. Punch you in the eye and drink your rye. Sam Houston.
Sam Houston?
Arsenal fans have another Sam. Right day, the fucking Gooner Graham. Smells of a lord. Looks great in shorts. Sam Graham, hey.
Sam Graham.
Fucking United! Fucking United!
We always knock it out on the second take. Hello and welcome to the DU Football Show, a completely biased recap of the third round of the FA Cup as told by two common American schmucks. I am your host, Sam Houston, and across the way from me, I appreciate the shirt you're wearing today, my good man, considering their plight, my co-host, Mr. Samuel Graham.
Anything I can do to deflect attention off of myself, which is also why I'm about to confirm for you that the little blue line is moving.
Oh, there we go. Hey, how about that? We're recording. You know what? We are recording at the DU Public House just outside the nation's capital. You can check us out on all podcast platforms. Please be sure to rate, subscribe, review. You can do that now on Spotify. So if you listen to us on Spotify, give a quick 5-star rating. Means a lot. Giving a like on YouTube is huge. We need to get those subscriptions up. That helps us greatly. And should you want to chat with us, Sam, there is many ways that you can. Tell the good people how they can get in touch.
Absolutely. So you have the email, dufootballshow@gmail.com. You have the socials at dufootballshow. That's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and now we got a Reddit.
Yep,
so
we do.
Check
Got
those
a
out.
Reddit.
Also, and since we're live streaming, why don't you jump on Facebook and throw some comments in there? And later on in the show, Mel will read them out to us. Questions, comments, whatever you want to do.
Yeah. And if you say something that she finds particularly poignant in a match that we're talking about, she may jump in and ask me. She's got this fun little whiteboard that she's going to write a question mark on, and either I'm going to throw it to her, or I'm going to do what I typically do throughout the 20 years of bliss we've had together, which is fucking ignore her. Sam and myself both work in the wine and spirit industry and both have a deep, passionate love for all things distilled spirits. So as the red-blooded Americans we are, we've got to have a drink in our hand throughout this show and every single show. Mr. Graham, the Whiskey Advocate Top 20 list continues.
Yes, it does.
What are we drinking tonight?
So we've got number 19 here. This is the Wheel Horse Bourbon. It's a straight bourbon whiskey, 50.5% by volume. So you're looking at 111 proof.
No,
101. 101.
Yeah, 101.
Math is fun.
Math is fun.
Should run you about $30 on the shelf. And Mr. Ted Simmons of the Whiskey Advocate says that made at Green River Distilling Company in Owensboro, Kentucky, this shows maturity far beyond its 2 to 4 years in the barrel. With a winning combination of proof and price, root beer spice, candied pineapple, wet walnuts. So
Walnuts.
I won't be having a dry one.
Well, that's Sam, that's like the wet nuts you get it for making a sundae, and Mel is a big fan of the wet nut.
I'm sorry, the what?
Wet nut.
Say that one more
A
time.
wet nut.
Wet.
A wet nut.
Oh,
Wet
here we
nut?
go.
Wet nut.
Okay, just checking.
All right, keep it going there, Graham.
Clementine and Christmas cookies on the nose. A velvety texture on the palate brings butter pecan ice cream, cinnamon toast, that I don't get. Butter pecan, yes. Maple syrup and vanilla custard. I actually got a little bit more caramel from this one than I did vanilla. But definitely butter pecan. There's a tremendous length on the finish with a cola-like syrupy sweetness throughout. As debuts go, this one impresses.
Yeah, not bad.
And for the price, it's a perfectly acceptable bourbon.
What's the price?
About $30.
Nice. Well, and this is also it's a very new entry. I mean, this was their batch 1 that got on the list. We are, truth be told, we're working with batch 2. Batch 1's already gone. It came and went already. It's kind of unfortunate, but that's how some of it goes with this list. unless in some instances where we had some friends who happened to have the very exact barrel, like last year with the larceny, we were able to get the batch that won.
Yes.
Most instances, if you're finding that, it's not the one that won.
Correct.
It's not that one, because they've already been bought and sold and gone on, and this is a list reviewing 2021, and then we're in 2022, so.
Yep.
I get the root beer, and I get the cola.
Yeah, root beer a bit. Yes. Cola sweetness, yeah.
That syrupiness, that thickness to it, it's very reminiscent.
I'm interested to see what ice is going to do to it here.
I hope it opens it
Opens it up a little bit more?
It's got that 101 trait that Wild Turkey has. Little rough around the edges, but not in a bad way.
Yeah, it's not astringent at all.
Yeah, not in a bad way at all. It's quite a lovely little whiskey.
It's not bad.
Yeah. What else do we need to do, Mr. Graham?
Remember to drink responsibly.
Excellent. Well, why don't you two cheers so we can get that shit out the way?
I like your wee little glass there, Mel.
I didn't warrant apparently an adult-sized glass.
Well, you see, it's for those. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do it. We have jokes. We save those for other times. It's Sammy. It's the magic of the cup, man. It's David facing Goliath, and sometimes, Mr. Graham, Goliath fucking wins.
Absolute. David, you mean?
Hey, David fucking wins. Sorry,
Goliath's the big one.
Goliath won a lot. David, yeah, you're right. Hey, thank you for catching me on that one, Mr.
Not a
Graham. I'll
problem.
take it. Sometimes David wins, and he won 5 fucking times in some humdingers. Hartlepool 2, Blackpool 1, Kidderminister Harriers 2, Reading 1, that's a mouthful, Boreham Wood 2, AFC Wimbledon 0, Cambridge 1, Newcastle 0, Nottingham Forrest 1, Arsenal Football Club 0.
A.K.A. the cunts.
Yeah, well, apparently they're Arsenal killers in the third round of the FA Cup.
Yeah.
They're the only team that knows how to do it.
I'll come on to a stat later.
So that's, from now on, you just got to, every third round, you're going to be just like, not Forrest. Not Forrest.
Literally.
Just anybody but Forrest.
Yeah.
Anybody but Forrest. Just not Forrest, please.
Oof.
Tangerine strike first, man, in the Hartlepool Blackpool game.
Yeah, which you would have expected, and honestly thought they probably would have gone on to score 2 or 3 and kill the game off, but they failed to do so. Hartlepool stuck to their task really, really well and continued to push the issue to score 2 pretty damn good goals.
Yeah, and quickly, too, in the second half. It's
Yeah.
like they made adjustments. They subbed in a kid, and this kid, 2 minutes on the pitch, fucking teenager, boom, back of the net, game winner. What you fucking talking about?
Right, exactly.
Quick little reset for everybody here. I did realize we're sitting here just kind of frivolously talking about the sides. Blackpool's a championship side, so that's essentially Division 2. Hartlepool is a League 2 side, which is essentially Division 4. So you're
Correct.
talking roughly, let's say, at least 20, if not closer to 30 spots between the two of them.
More, yeah, because League 1's got 24 teams in it.
Right. Well,
So does the championship.
and so does League 2 has 24
Yeah,
as
and
well.
I don't know where they are in League 2, Hartlepool,
Mid-
14th or something?
Mid-table,
11th, something like that.
and that's a Blackpool's like in like 14th or 15th.
Yeah, so you're looking at closer to 40.
Yeah.
I'd imagine spaces between them if you just lined up the Premier League, Manchester City being at the top of that list in number 1, all the way down through the bottom of League 2. They'd be about 40 places between them.
Yeah. And of course the Tangerines, Graham. Why does everybody refer to Blackpool as the Tangerines?
Because of their shirt.
Well, their whole fucking kit.
Well, yeah, that's true. I guess the pants. When they came up to the Premier League that one time, they did have black shorts.
Yeah, I have to tell you, they call them the Tangerines because it's bright orange, and it's bright orange shirts, bright orange shorts, and bright orange socks. And it's fucking magnificent. It really is a great, because then you look at the stadium and all the seats are orange. You're just like, this color blur. What the fuck?
Do you remember when Renato Sanchez, old player, played for Bayern, Portuguese kid, was on loan at Swansea?
Yes, I do.
When he was in the Premier League? I guess Swansea's away kit had some red in it or something, and he passed the ball essentially to a Red Bull that was running along the advertising hoarding. Do you remember that?
Yep.
I just imagine Blackpool players probably would do better if there was some contrast between the seats in their stadium and their fucking shirts.
Now, fortunately yet unfortunately for them, they were at old Hartlepool for this one, and the hanging monkeys did what they needed to do, baby.
Oh yeah, big time. It was fantastic result. Good for them, and they really brought the Northeast out of disrepute.
Yeah, we have to mention this because we talked about it when we did our Patreon show last week. We went into kind of some of these smaller clubs and we talked a little bit about Hartlepool. One of their mascot and one of their nicknames is the Hanging Monkeys, and the reason being, as Sam said, Northeast, it's a coast town, and during the Napoleonic Wars, there would be a lot of ships that came out of Hartlepool.
Yeah.
And that one of the ships, apparently one of the warships, was famous for hanging a dead monkey off of the front of the ship.
Yeah. What can you do on a ship to show that you're nuts, right? Because you're normally kind of far away. You got cannons. But, how do I express to you that you do not want to fuck with me?
Right.
And I think right up there, I wouldn't have thought of it to begin with, but now that I see it, hanging a dead monkey off the front of it, it's like, I'm going to leave that guy alone.
I mean,
I'm not going to fuck with those people.
It's not your boy in high school who lifted up his shirt and pulled down his pants.
Drop that said he was raping the guy's mom.
Yeah.
That was crazy. But I told you, he was 5'0" nothing, 98 pounds soaking wet. And the center of the football team was like, nah, I'm not fucking with this guy. All you got to do is act crazier than the other person.
Sam, but for the audience here, do you remember the name of their mascot? Hengist the monkey. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Mayor Hengist the monkey.
Yeah. He was elected mayor.
He was elected mayor in that town.
That's right.
Fucking brilliant. So they move on. We'll get into all the draws and all that stuff at another time because there's just too many games to talk about. This next one, this is all you, my good friend. We have another conference side, which is a non-league team, into the fourth round. You watched this
I watched the entire
match. So.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Kidderminster really pushed the issue, to be honest. Reading at first were showing a bit of class. However, Kidderminster did have a fair amount of chances. Reading's goalkeeper was forced into an amazing save. Ball was coming in from about 35 yards out, dipping, swerving. He went back like Aaron Ramsdale on that free kick. Went back and just tipped it over the bar. And you thought, oh fuck, if this isn't gonna happen, then what's gonna happen for them? You know what I mean? And then shortly thereafter, Reading take the lead just before halftime, which is a kick in the nuts.
Right.
And
there you go. The game set match. Game set match. This is done.
Supposed to
this
be
is
over.
done. Yeah.
Right. Supposed to be over with at that point. But Kidderminster didn't let their heads drop.
Nope.
They came out at halftime, worked really, really hard, stayed organized, and took their chances. I mean, granted, the goalkeeper probably made mistakes on both goals. The first one far worse than the second one.
I didn't see them, but I heard that it was
the
two
first one was
howlers.
He made a fucking hash of it.
Yeah.
The second one, you could argue there might have been a foul. I think if the goalkeeper probably have jumped or leant into the forward, they probably would have called a foul. But because he just stood there, like, how can you give that? You know what I mean? The initial contact happened after the forward struck the ball when that corner came in. So I don't think that you can give a foul in that situation. I don't think it was a foul. Now, when he landed on top of him and then sat on his chest and kicked the ball over the line, arguably, but he tripped over the goalkeeper in the first place. I don't know. It's a tough one, but it was definitely two goalkeeping errors that did it, and thank God it happened because I'm very excited for Kidderminster to be moving on.
Yeah, and they're not just the only one because the Wood laid fucking wood.
Yeah.
Boreham Wood, who lost famously to Tottenham last year in the third round, get the advance as well. So two non-league sides have advanced to the fourth round of the FA Cup.
Yeah, very exciting. Obviously very exciting. And Boreham Wood, I heard a story today, actually, with people talking about the recap of the game. The owner actually had to remortgage his house to keep the club afloat a couple years ago. And apparently for winning this round of the FA Cup, they've received £82,500.
Wow.
Which is, of course, money sloshing around gets very kind of warped especially when you support a Premier League club or a championship side and you see these millions and millions and millions of pounds being spent and euros being spent, and Barcelona being 1.6 billion in debt, but still saying they can afford Hangling, you know what I mean?
Right.
So things get very kind of sloshy, perspective-wise. But if you think about this guy mortgaged his house to keep the entire team afloat.
Right.
It's not like he's living in a £15 million mansion.
No.
You know what I mean? So you probably a few £100,000, into the club injection. So this 82,000 or 85,000 pounds, whatever it was, is massive for them. Is absolutely fucking huge. We'll keep the lights on, and we'll keep this man in a house.
And that fourth round will probably pay for the fucking bills for the next year or so.
Oh yeah. Well, the problem is this is where you would want West Ham to host, right? Is it? No,
Right.
West Ham's going to Kitty. I forgot who Boreham Wood has.
Yeah, it's not.
It doesn't matter.
We'll be doing a preview show about it later on. Anyways.
No, of course. No, I was just off the top of my head. Kidderminister's welcoming West Ham in the next round. What you want to have happen? It's a shame there's no replays, but this is typically where if the Premier League side or Championship side hosts a non-league club, this is where they would donate the ticket sales and gate receipts to that club. So whatever profits they made off of the sales of those tickets and those seats, the non-league club would receive as like not a thanks for coming out, but it's just a nice gesture because the Premier League and Championship clubs don't need that. Right. So, but these clubs, it's their fucking lifeblood.
Yeah, I mean, well, Chesterfield, the non-league side that went to the bridge, got themselves a
big
dandy
payday.
of a fucking payout. So, and the fact that they found a way to score a goal too, so it's like win-win for them. Yeah, great.
yeah.
Lost 4-1, 5-1, but doesn't matter. Got a hell of a payday.
Yeah, 100%. And the goal was decent as well.
And the boys that work weekday jobs just got to play a game on the Bridges pitch. Like that's the kind of the cool thing in there. Dimitar Mitov. Stand
Best goalkeeper
up
in the world.
and be counted, fucking son.
Best goalkeeper in the world.
The pride of Bulgaria. He only made. We're downplay this a little. He only made 5 saves. All 5 of them happened to be like the greatest saves ever made.
They were fantastic.
It was insanity.
Right at the death from Joel Linton as well. That could have saw Newcastle take it to extra time.
Mm-hmm.
It was absolutely fantastic. And to be fair to Dubravka, he played very well as well.
Yeah.
He had a couple of really good saves. The initial save on the actual goal by Cambridge was a pretty decent save. The defense didn't back him up, didn't follow in,
precisely.
and clear that ball up. And the striker did very well to turn on a fucking dime.
Yeah.
And stab that ball home.
Well, in here we're looking at a 1-0 loss, and here's the thing. Newcastle didn't play bad.
Oh, no, not at all.
They played very well.
Yeah, this goalkeeper stood on his fucking head.
Hey, what are you going to do when you should have won that game 5-1 and that keeper decided no.
But very good for Alan Saint-Maximin, back from injury. Get a decent little run out. Played well. Ryan Fraser also back from injury, which they were expected to be out for a little bit longer. Kieran Trippier making his debut as well in this game. Which is always nice to see a Spud lose on his debut for someone. Also, they're going to be represented by Sports Direct there.
Oh, yeah?
Right there.
Yeah, right there.
That?
Yeah, I see that right there. Right there. Oh, it was too funny.
So, conversely, and I'm going to take care of the transition between these two games real fast. It's obviously amazing for Cambridge United, right? It's fantastic for them. But Newcastle are known for not having a very good relationship with the FA Cup.
Yeah, they had a good run last year, but normally they out in the 3rd round every year.
Last 15 years, they've only qualified for the 4th round, I think, twice.
Yeah.
And one of them was last season. Conversely to that, with Arsenal, who we're about to talk about, only 2 times now, after this weekend, in 25 years have they not advanced to the 4th round.
And they've also won it,
4 out of 8 times.
They've won it 14 times total as well. They're the all-time leaders of FA Cup victories.
We are. We love this trophy.
Yeah.
It's one of our faves.
Uh-huh.
But not this year. Ain't
not
gonna happen
this year.
No. So like I said, 2 out of the last 25 years are the only, and this year, and I think it was 3 years ago, also to Nottingham Forrest, are the only 2 times we haven't qualified for the 4th round.
Yeah, I just assume from now on it's like just not Nottingham.
Please,
anybody but Forrest. Anybody but
well,
Forrest.
and then it was really hard. Obviously, Arsenal's my first love, and I was pissed off ultimately 3 years ago. But 2 goals on the day by their right back, who's an American.
Right.
So it was
I think was his name.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Laich, I want to say it was something like that.
Yeah.
He was the one who scored.
So it was like, good on him, good for my countrymen, but at the same time, it's like you fucking knocked my boys out, mate. Not good. So
you like in this instance, you like seeing upsets. You like seeing championship sides advance over Premier League sides, just not
yours.
Premier League side. Like, you'd have been a lot happier if you had advanced and I had lost to Hull,
Oh,
you'd be
a lot
happy as
happier.
shit.
Yeah,
Like
100%.
right now, I'm happy I advanced and then you didn't.
Yeah, I mean, it is the magic of the cup, right? I mean, this is what we want. This is, as I heard one of the pundits I listened to on the radio today say, and it summed it up for me perfectly, right? Is with all the money, with all the greed, with the Super League and this, that, the other, and all this bullshit that everybody wants to do, this weekend, and this is what I probably couldn't articulate before when we just get giddy and, right? This is articulated perfectly. It is football at its purest form again. This is the one weekend we get purity back into the sport without the greed, without the bullshit. And it's just fucking lovely. When you see, you know, an electrician or a fucking bartender or, you know, a plumber score for his non-league side, something he just, you know, maybe makes 20 quid a game.
Yeah.
That he comes out, you know, trains, plays, in addition to working a full-time job, in addition to potentially a family, in addition to all of the life stresses and everything else, and does not receive a wage for what he does and the sacrifices they make as footballers to come out and take care of, you know, a Birmingham that lost to Plymouth Argyle. Great goal in that game also, by the way. Left-footed, young kid, too.
Yeah,
it's a
it was
fucking
gorgeous.
bullet. That
And sad part, not the best goal of the weekend.
No.
Yeah,
But when
that one came in a game with 9 fucking goals.
Yeah.
Magic of the fucking cup.
But when you see these guys that work real jobs, that this is literally just a, you know, kind of a fever dream for them, a pipe dream, if you will, you know. But they're not really going anywhere. They're not earning anything off of it.
Right.
You know, they're just trying to they just play because they love it. It takes these greedy cunts, you know, at the very top of the food chain and humbles them. And yes, it sucks that it was my club that was humble, but at the same time, good on fucking Notts Forest, man.
Yeah.
You know, good on them. They came out, they played fucking hard. They were organized. Their right back was their best player, hands down. He was fucking amazing. Spence, I think his last name was.
Cambridge, Dimitar just got himself a job in the championship.
Oh, yeah.
That guy just jumped 2 leagues next
Exactly,
season.
100%.
And is going to make probably 20,000 more a week because of it, or you know, or not.
And he'll earn
much,
he'll earn his club $4 million.
Yeah.
You know, they'll survive on that for the next 3 years.
He'll get a look. He'll get a look from his national side. He'll get a call up because of that fucking game.
Yeah, it brings the purity back into it. It brings the people like us that played for the love, right? And it pits them against the greedy twats.
Yeah.
Right? And that's why it's so much fun. That's why it's that one weekend of the year when you get purity back into the game.
Right. Well, any other thoughts there for your boys as they go out?
Oh, I got to pour this shot of Malort, don't I? Hold on. I just got to make sure the camera sees it.
Heard.
We were disorganized. Mikel Arteta said it best, honestly, where there it goes. Mikel Arteta said it best, honestly, where we just lacked the quality, period.
Yeah.
Eddie Nketiah looked frustrated on the back of that performance. I can't wait to get rid of him at the end of the season. He said he doesn't want to sign a new deal. Great, good.
Bye.
Fuck him off. Get £50,000 for him, you know, in January. I don't care. But get out. Fine. His body language was terrible. It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. I'd hate to.
It's the new Mustafi.
Yeah.
I'll fly him myself.
No shit. I don't want to lay too much blame in the center of midfield, but we knew that was going to be a problem with El Neni going, Partey going to the African Cup of Nations. We were skint. We let Ainsley Maitland-Niles go on loan to Roma, which left us very short in midfield. So we had 18-year-old Charlie Patino start and play all 90 minutes, and Sambi Lakonga, who hasn't played but a few cameos in the last few weeks.
Right.
So that's kind of makeshift and kind of unfair to level blame at their feet necessarily. But Cedric was awful. Cedric was fucking awful, getting Bakuya Saka's way a ton. It was pitiful. Bird Leno actually played pretty well. Ben White was all over the place. Missing Gabriel hurt. And Rob Holding is so fucking slow. So that was a long way to get around. I'd Rob Holding that entire presentation, didn't I?
How'd that feel?
Oh, it never gets any easier, especially, but at least it was out of a Newcastle United Cup.
Who went out with you?
We're in together.
Some matchups may not be sexy on paper, but damn, are they fucking fun. Barnsley 5, Borough 4, Middlesbrough 3, Mansfield Town 2. You notice what I had on the notes there, Sam, for the abbreviations for the team? Bar/bar.
Yeah.
They're both bar.
Funny when that happens. Some would say that'd be the DU game.
Yeah, exactly. Barnsley, the Tykes come out and score 2 pretty quickly. And by the 27th minute was it when they saw when Barrow saw the straight red on a absolutely, I mean, he jumped up in the air, led with his knee, and it looked like a move from the WWE.
Oh, 100% it did. Yeah.
It was the flying knee.
Mankind would have been proud. You know what I mean? Like it was insane. It was like, what are you doing? But this is what you get in the lower leagues, right?
Right.
This is a Sunday league type tackle. I mean, it was absolutely fucking pitiful.
Yeah, they're a League 2 team that's only recently come up as well, too.
Exactly, yeah.
And it just, you're like, all right, it's 2-0, done and dusted, right? This shit's over.
Should have been, especially against 10 men.
Yeah, 10 men down. Nah, we're not going anywhere.
5 goals in 12 minutes. Between the two sides at the end of the game. Fucking brilliant.
The shit that was so crazy is that Barrow scores 2, it makes it 2-2, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you finally went back and saw this goal, right? Number 3 from Barnsley.
Fucking worldy.
He was easily, I want to say, about 30 yards out and about 7-8 yards wide of the fucking post and put it upper 90s on a bullet. It wasn't a floater.
Nah.
That was a rocket
to
the other corner. You're like, that should be the game to a 10-man Barrow to just go, all right, pack it up. There was our, we did our thing. Wrong.
No, but they didn't
wrong.
know. Right.
They immediately score, make it 3-3.
Yeah, it was great. If it makes me sad that there's no replays. I get it because of how much football there is and fixture congestion and everything else. But this is the type of game that makes me sad there's not replays this year because they deserved a fucking replay.
Barrow did exactly what they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
They got it to 4-4 at the end of regulation. And
it would have had a game next week, midweek.
In their building.
Place. Yeah. And the great equalizer is non-league pitches, right? Or League 2 pitches. You know
non-league
what I mean?
pitches on 3 days rest.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they know what they're going to play at.
Exactly.
Fucking Barnsley's been in the championship forever. They've never gone up. They've never gone down. So they've played in decent stadiums all over the place.
Yeah, we always look at the easy example of when City went to Newport County and played on that potato patch.
Mm-hmm. Where they had monster truck rallies hosted before.
But City's good enough that they essentially just juggled down the field and scored eventually.
Right.
But it took them like 40-odd minutes. For 40 minutes, Newport County were as good as Manchester City.
Right.
On paper,
the
0-0.
field equalized.
Yeah, 100%. And that's what you hope for. But with no replays, it obviously went to extra time, and 10 men for over 80 fucking minutes. By the time you hit the 120th, it's just tough, man. What are you gonna do? Yeah. You know, I mean, those players look fucking wiped.
I mean, even when they tied it at 4-4, it was a north-south. It was just straight down Route 1, long ball that happened to bounce off of the defender and the striker that were battling for it, and just fell to the foot of the right guy who took a shot. And the keeper was off his line. If the keeper was on his line, he would have made that save, and it wouldn't have even gotten to that point. But hats off to Barrow, though, man. I mean, it's just like,
oh, absolutely.
They
left it on the field.
You're 2-0 down with a man down. Like that game's over. That game's over. Like and they stuck around. It was just so much fun to watch. I want to talk about another one where it was just the exact same thing. Middlesbrough was up 2-0, 15 minutes in at Mansfield, and it's like, okay, that's it, and cruise through the rest of the first half. Mansfield showed nothing, right? Yep. So it's like, all right, this is done, right? And the Stags come out in the second half. They missed, before they got the goal, they missed, Sam, 4 open headers at the 6 or closer.
Damn.
Like, they had
a ton of chances.
Sitters to put in the fucking net, and they were missing.
That's what happens when you sack Neil Warnock. He wouldn't let that shit happen.
Hell no.
You know what else Mansfield missed out on
mm-hmm.
by them? Apparently, I've heard a story that Neil Warnock has a bum bag, a fanny pack, as we call it on this side of the pond.
The warlock. That's where he keeps all his spells and his tinkering devices.
Actually, he keeps headshots of himself in there and Sharpies to sign for people. that may want one.
I wonder if he has the picture.
How big
of,
is this bag and how small are those pictures?
I don't know. I haven't seen them personally, but I've heard at least 3 stories about somebody receiving a Neil Warnock headshot out of a bum bag
all I know
that
is
he was wearing as a 72-year-old man or whatever he is, which also is just very cute.
I now want to find Neil Warnock the next time we're in Funky because I want a headshot.
I mean, it's
from
got to
his
be
bum bag.
Postcard size, or maybe
Oh,
like
yeah.
like the high school pictures we used to have to exchange once upon a time.
Well, it could be like, it could be a bit of a larger one and just be like 4x6s.
Yeah, postcard size.
Yeah. Oh, is that a postcard? Is it
Yeah.
4x6?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
So
Sorry, I'm not up on.
It's all right. Math is challenging.
I'm not up on.
Measurements are hard.
What's the fancy word for paper that I just forgot?
calligraphy or
No, that's writing.
Writing, yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Notepad.
No, that's fancy.
I don't know.
Stationery.
Stationary.
There you go. That's the word. Words are fun.
Words are fun.
Damn, that was bad. I actually felt the brain fart.
So the Stags just keep pushing and pushing and pushing, and finally, the 85th minute. I mean, this was the match I kind of stayed on,
Right.
In
For the most part, yeah.
Right, I was bouncing back and forth because I kept seeing the score change at Barnsley, so I kind of saw some of the goals, but I really stuck with this match a lot, and finally get the goal, and it's like, okay, this thing's going to extra time, or hell, maybe Mansfield will win this fucking thing because Middlesbrough's on the ropes.
Oh, yeah.
They're on the ropes. And at the 94th minute of the last minute of fucking 5 minutes, Middlesbrough gets just an open break, goes down the sideline, cuts it along the goal line. Just their winger is by himself. Puts a ball across the face of the goal. Mansfield player slides to kick it away. He kicks it away, only right into the chest of his own player as it goes into the back of the fucking net.
Oh.
Own goal, game over, 3-2. Sorry for your troubles.
That sucks.
I mean, just
That sucks. It's funny when it happens to Tottenham in the Premier League last weekend, but it sucks.
you're just like, oh,
That's so unfortunate.
it's the end of the movie Glory. They're all running
Yeah.
like they got the flag. They're all running around, and then suddenly there's a cannon and a flash, and you're like, oh, that didn't end well. They all died.
Yeah, that sucks.
Oh my god.
That's an odd point to tell us. Couldn't wait 28 more seconds there, could you?
No, I had to tell us it was the 34-minute mark. Well, that's it, Sam. That's just in case we had to do it a second time.
Somebody gonna get the hurt real bad.
When Sam, when you're just down, you just go ahead and double down and keep fucking
Yeah.
swinging and just go, look, if I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna really fucking go down.
Is that right? If you get sent off, it might as well punch a ref, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. Or punch a horse, or punch my own, or punch my own player. If we're gonna go ahead and take the Newcastle trifecta, let's go for them all. We really can't round out the rest of the games because that will take another fucking hour to do. So instead of Oso, let's say, sure, let's mention that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Idea.
idea.
Let's mention these 5 games.
Manchester City 4, Swindon Town 1, Chelsea 5, Chesterfield 1, Liverpool 4, Shrewsbury Town 1.
They scored first, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah.
Everton 3, Hull City 2,
Cunts.
Man U 1, Aston Villa 0.
Also cunts.
So along with Arsenal,
Man,
Newcastle,
you, not y'all.
Arsenal, Newcastle, and Villa, we also need to say goodbye to the following Premier League sides: Burnley, Watford, and Leeds, who all also lost their matches in the FA Cup. Which
They were all Premier League ties, those 3, weren't they?
yes, I believe so.
I think that's right.
Let's double check. I know Leeds was West Brom. Burnley was Huddersfield Town. They gave up 2 in the 80.
So
after,
2 championship sides beating 2 Premier League sides in those as well.
Yeah. It
All
was
right.
2. It was 2 goals in the last 8 minutes of the match. It was the 85th minute, and in stoppage time, Huddersfield Town scored both to win 2-1. And then Watford got the ever-loving shit kicked out of them by Leicester, who go figure when we do our preview show. That match is suspended against Everton for the second time because of COVID injuries and African Cup of Nation things. So they're just moving the goalposts on
For everything,
how they want to decide how games are.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Everton had to put out a bunch of kids to play fucking Chelsea at the Bridge, and I'm sorry, Leicester, now every team has gotten some cases of COVID. We just need to fucking push on. It's either suspend the whole fucking league or fucking push forward. It's getting ridiculous. It really is.
Yeah.
The key thing to look at with the big three sides as they advanced was the exceptionally hard draws that they all had to face with two League Two sides. The perennial League Two side that Manchester City faces in the third round every fucking year.
Yeah, no shit.
Every year they face a League Two side. And Chelsea facing a non-league side. And like I said, Liverpool, you mentioned it. Shrewsbury Town scored first. I figured Jurgen was already fuming and ready to fucking do his tirade.
I'm surprised he didn't just walk off and grab Jeff Shreve's microphone and just start giving the interview then.
We don't have enough players to play. You can't do this.
The sad part for this one was when Firmino collected a ball from whoever, maybe Fabinho, maybe.
I think it was Fabinho.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That played him that ball, and he back to goal inside the 6, took it with the underside of his foot, stopped it, and then had the time to take another step forward and backheel it between 3 players and score a goal. To his credit, didn't celebrate, wasn't super pleased by his own performance there.
Right.
Fair enough, well done. Have owned 3 cars that cost more than their entire existence.
Right.
The Veneers were on full display when he smiled.
Yeah.
for scoring. It was kind of bright on the television there for a moment.
And Shrewsbury Town, right after Liverpool scored, had a goal called back from offsides.
I just thought of something funny.
Yeah.
You know when there's like a half the stadium's covered in shade?
Yes.
And there's that moment where the TV camera is panning from the shade to the sun and it goes real bright. You can't see a fucking thing until it levels out. That's how it looked when Firmino
did his
smiled.
Them Veneers just went bling.
I was like, oh, God.
There was very interesting that Shrewsbury Town scores and they get it called offsides. The the sideline official threw up the flag right away, and it was like, hold on, thought we were supposed to keep the flags down for that, because then when you looked at the replay, the commentators were like, I don't think he was off.
No. The other piece to that, too, is I really don't like this. And we said this last year, and I went on a bit of a rant about it. 9 out of the 32 games played had VAR.
Yeah.
There are different rules for the same competition solely based on location.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that in just a second with Everton.
That is fucked, in my opinion. That's not fair, and that compromises the integrity of the competition.
It absolutely does. Absolutely does.
You know what? I'm playing this whole thing under protest.
Oh, fuck off. VAR can you know what VAR can judge? Your team was shit this weekend. That's exactly what your VAR can judge for you. What was funny for the Everton match is Everton doing their best Everton giving up a goal in the first fucking minute. First fucking minute.
1 minute.
I was watching the shootout of QPR and Rotherham because, shootouts are great, and it almost got to keeper versus keeper, which is what we all
very close
live for.
I know, very fucking close to that.
And I sit down to watch the penalties, and I go, fuck me, we're already down.
Oh, fuck. I forgot. I completely forgot. We already talked about Chelsea. Mel, get the calendar out, please, and mark this down. Saturday, January 7th, right?
Uh-huh.
Saturday was the 7th, yeah?
No, today...
8th. Saturday was the 8th. January 8th, Timo Werner actually scored a goal.
Holy shit, Werner scored a goal.
Against a non-league side. Well done, son.
Yeah, here we go.
I believe it was about 3:07 p.m. GMT. Okay.
Don't we have a stat boy?
Yeah, Geckel.
Isn't that Geckel?
I know. This one's special. It needs a...
Of which Geckel has accepted his position with honor.
He accepted it with honor and then got something wrong with me on Sunday.
All right,
that sounds about right. That's high quality for our show. Do I put this in with his documents?
Please.
Okay.
Our stat boy's also bad at admin. Great.
I also found it thoroughly entertaining that our newly signed left back was put in a 5-man formation and put at left wing back, because not like we don't have the French national starting left wing back on our fucking bench, who's about to go to fucking Villa, who we're about to sell to a fucking competitor.
Yeah.
We're about to sell to a fucking competitor.
I wonder, you know what I want to know?
Oh my God, at this rate, who doesn't play for Villa?
I know, Jesus.
Yeah. You know what I want to know, honestly? I would like to know.
Would you be my girl?
Yeah. No, I want to know how many transfers have happened directly between Villa and Everton. I'd like to know that stat, Geckel. Get on that.
I'd imagine quite a bit because it's the
I
two...
imagine not very
Okay.
many because you were the first competitive fixture in
Right.
professional English football.
We're the longest fixture in all of
You were the
professional
very
football.
first competitive fixture in English football, and I would wonder if that just creates a bit of a rivalry, especially back then.
Oh, God, yeah, you have to.
So I
You
wonder
has to.
if I can't imagine that players have made a direct move between Everton and Villa that often.
Okay, that's fair enough.
I think that's an interesting thing to look up.
I would have just thought the amount of times that they've played each other and the amount of times they've been in the league at the same time that they would
have to. Yeah. I mean, they're still going. There's been, 7 or so Manchester United to Liverpools or vice versa. There's been a couple of,
Right.
Arsenal to Tottenham's back and forth directly, but not many over their histories.
Yeah.
I just wonder if being the first two professional clubs to play, if that kind of fed into, I'm not doing business with those cunts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just find it interesting. I'd like to know that.
Well, Graham, as I've told you before, because, okay, look, Everton won, goalie made a mess of the fucking third goal, blah, 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 whatever, right? I have all the documents, and I want to tell you, Sam, they know I'm on to the truth. They tried to blind me this fucking week. But you know what? I see fucking clearly now. I see everything. The fucking the global takeover that's coming, the social credit score, all of those things are happening. The take the jab, VAR chip, because you know why? Why? Because here VAR is not used. Two clear handballs, and then Sam. We're going to go back to that same one before, Solomon Rondon against Brentford having his shirt put over his head. You said maybe he should just go down. 5'0" captain for Hull City with his arms wrapped around Solomon Rondon, taking him down a la football tackle on a one-on-one with the goalie. Get up, son. Because he's 6'4" and he's just a giant fucking human being. Because it's the guy came up to his waist. It's like, clearly not a foul. Here's my bigger question, because this was Kevin Friend, so this is someone who. Well, yeah, yes, yes, yes. Mel, your thoughts on Kevin Friend?
Fuck you.
Okay, very good. I was gonna say maybe he was a slop tart.
You know what?
Slop tart. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that one we get from and that's a pretty fucking strong one.
I like slop tart.
Slop tart's pretty fucking
that
good.
might make its way into the vernacular.
And no, we're not naming the show Slop Tart.
Oh,
I was
boo.
just about to say, I think we found the title.
Nope.
He was a slop tart.
Yep. Do you think that with the advent of VAR, that in some of these instances, like those were two definite handballs, but he doesn't blow the whistle because his normal inclination is, oh, VAR, catch it for me.
Right.
I really do wonder if in some of those instances this weekend, refs, because again, like you said, only 9 games actually had VAR.
Right, and the Manchester United one and the Everton one would have been 2 of them that did have them because they were both at home, weren't they?
No, Everton was at Hull.
Was at
City.
Hull, okay.
Oh, trust me, they went to VAR. Those the handballs, both of them. Like one of them was he swung his body away but threw his arm up in the air and it hit him right in the arm. The other one was his arm was out this wide and hit him in the fold of his elbow. Like
brilliant.
Fucking handball.
Hey,
And then,
just in
and then-
case you wanted to know, real quick, we're at 44 minutes and 42 seconds. Mel
Excellent.
didn't give us our 41-minute, 30-second update. So.
Well, that's he's fucking slipping over there. Jesus Christ, woman. Oh my God.
Love a recall. Yes.
But yeah, it's worth mentioning that you got to wonder, are the refs maybe reliant upon, hey, knowing eye in the sky is going to cover my ass, and in this instance,
Could be, especially
a
normal Premier League referee, right?
Yeah.
Especially, yeah, absolutely. But it just underlines how shit of a referee he is and how much all of us hate him.
Yep. Hold on one second here. Yes, producer Mel.
Breaking news. My news feels like breaking. Stat Boy is listening and said, Dingy.
Dingy.
I love it. Makes it 9 transfers from Everton to Villa and 8 from Villa to Everton.
So
Holy
17 over 120, 130 years.
In the longest competitive fixture in all of English football.
Yeah, 100. What is that? About 140-year history.
Yeah,
This is what it was 1880s. So just under 140 years.
Fucking
only
well done,
8
Stat Boy.
I'll
Only
say, you
18
got to admit,
transfers.
that's pretty hot that he
That's-
was already
that's-
there.
And
with
that's
us.
not even a done deal yet. So
Yeah.
as it stands, only 13 transfers.
It's fucking it's just insanity.
Yep.
Absolute insanity. So with that being said, let's go ahead and talk very briefly about Mel's game. And I would like to go ahead and steal the quote from Stat Boy because I think it's very poignant to say that
Is that not disrespectful?
Fred and McTominay combining for a goal is the true magic of the cup.
Well, everyone loves an underdog story, right?
The two defensive midfielders who fuck off 90% of the time combined for the winning goal in the 8th minute.
Who scored it?
McTominay scored it.
McTerminator.
Yeah.
He scored it. Yeah. Well done to him.
Yeah, come on. Fred got his obligatory goal of the year. That's it. Nothing else.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I missed most of the first half. I joined in at the 51st minute just in time to see Watkins score a goal and then unscore a goal. That happened twice in that match.
Yeah. Watkins scored 2 goals. Problem is, neither one counted.
So we're both playing this under protest here, huh?
Yeah, I'm definitely under protest.
Yeah. Yo, hey, Mel, I mean, real quick. Mm-hmm. You don't have to do Malort, do you?
I don't.
I mean, we never actually discussed it, did we?
No, we
I mean,
don't
he
do
just-
Malorts for FA Cup.
I mean,
just
we never
3PL.
all agreed to it.
We do.
We
Put
didn't do it
Never.
last year. We did it. No. Don't say
we
never.
did.
We did it the first year when you
just
weren't
the
doing
very
it.
first year.
I've taken a
I
shot of
wasn't
Malort every time we've lost.
I
We
wasn't
did not
paying
do it this
attention
last
in
year.
the first year.
The middle year, I won it, so
Yeah.
I didn't have to.
And last year we didn't do it
Yeah.
because we both went out in the 4th round and neither one of us really
Yeah.
we didn't.
I think we were still virtual at that point
yeah.
too.
Yeah, and we both agreed.
Yeah,
We
no,
never agreed
just
to do
for
it.
Prem
So,
games.
so
So why'd I just do one?
We have no idea. Nobody here told you to.
When I sat down, the bottle of Malort was next to me.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but nobody told you to drink it.
I did. I mean, go back and listen to the tape. Did I actually tell you to do a shot of Malort?
You're both cunts. Absolute shenanigans going on here. This is ridiculous.
Sure money.
All right, so Sure Money. This is the time in the show when we make our bets to help better inform you into making your bets. So
No,
you can make money.
No, you do the opposite of what we do. We suck at betting.
The whole intro is supposed to be sarcastic.
Oh, I know, and I'm just coming through and saying no. 'Cause
We
people
have-
like to for some reason believe what we say, and they just shouldn't.
Well, I'm
No.
only down 307, so I'm not going to lose your house. However, Sam might spend your mortgage because he's not been very good. I'm down 307 still because obviously we don't bet on the FA Cup. We only bet on the Premier League.
Right.
So I don't. Nothing has changed since last week's stats.
Stat Boy bet on it. He bet the over 2.5 goals on Leicester Watford. 27 minutes in, you're like, okay, that bet's fucking hit. Let me just go on and put my feet up.
I lost $10 on Arsenal.
Put 10 on that.
no, I'm talking for show purposes. We don't bet on the FA Cup.
Right,
That's just
exactly.
personal pocket lining.
Heard.
Or
Gotcha.
not. Or fucking not.
Are you telling me Daddy went to the book?
Yeah. So let's see what you have this week going up.
All right, so as we know, I am now starting to follow a bit of every time I bet Liverpool, they don't get all 3 points. So I'm going to continue with that, and I am now down $1,445.
Big Sam's Lock of the Week.
Much like hitting buttons, 9.09090909.
I think she was just trying to make you feel better, honestly.
Percent of the time, it works 100% of the time. Sticking with my new bit, I'm going to take Liverpool to beat Brentford at -1, and I'm going to take over 2.5 goals at +145. So Liverpool has to win by 1, and there needs to be a total of 2.5 goals.
Okay.
And that wins me
Interesting.
145.
Interesting.
We got our boy. Is he on tonight?
And that's obviously for the weekend. because Brentford do play midweek, by the way, against Southampton. So
Yes,
that's
this is
there's
the
a makeup games. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the weekend you're betting, just to be clear.
Nice.
Correct?
Yes,
Okay.
it is. I'm betting the weekend game. And
All right.
and then my game against Leicester again postponed for the second time. I think someone put up there May 22nd. Leicester and Everton postponed for the 11th time. Jamie Vardy had it was Yuri Tilleman's birthday, and Jamie Vardy had to buy a table.
And now, it's time for our degenerate gambling friend Pat's Pick of the Week.
Pat, what's going on, brother?
Oh, what's going on, guys?
Missed you last week, man. How you been? What's going on in your world?
Yeah, man, I went to the Ravens game yesterday and got pretty shit-faced, man. I am struggling today.
That's what's up. Good for you.
Yeah, it was fun. First Ravens game I ever been to. So, Pittsburgh wasn't bad. The weather was shitty, but,
Yeah, but that was a great game with
I
the
went to OT.
the comeback, the OT.
Man.
The winner is probably in the playoffs. That was pretty fucking great.
Yeah, no, it was fun. That's for sure. But, so this week, I'm down 690. So I'm tracking in the wrong direction.
Come join me.
Yeah. So this week I'm just going to take one game. I'm going to take Tottenham and Arsenal, which is I'm going to take Tottenham over Arsenal at plus 155. And since I'm down 690, I'm going to bet 210 so I can be down an even amount next week. But that is to win 315.
All right,
So.
hey, Mel, look, you can see the vein. You can see the vein forming in Graham's head.
Yeah,
For once, he's the one getting angry.
You want to go double or nothing on our side bet from last time and make your winnings 2 whole crisp American dollars?
Well, no, because I'm not willing to risk $100 to win on one game. You have to. We can just do. You want to bet something? We can do something.
I'll bet you $1 that Arsenal beats Tottenham.
Well, what do I win? $1? You want to just go double or nothing on $1?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I got to buy a house in a couple months.
Yeah.
Relax.
Oh, good luck with that.
Thanks. That's all the wife will allow me to do. But all right, brother, I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, so next time I see you, I'll probably owe you $2.
It'll be 2 weeks, right? Because there's FA Cup going on the following weekend.
No, that's not until the first week of February. So
Yeah.
we need you next Monday. Be ready.
Okay, God damn it.
Don't go.
I gotta,
Don't go to the Ravens game. Oh wait.
there won't be one.
Yeah. All right, brother. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
I've got a little bit of classic voodoo
Okay.
going on my side here. All right.
4-game parlay?
No, 2-game parlay, but they're big ones.
Okay.
Okay. But it's something in recent history that has always happened. Chelsea's going to beat Manchester City.
Yeah, you know what? It happens once a year.
Number one. Number 2 part of the parlay is the part that makes me nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Newcastle to beat Watford. That's the one that makes me nervous. But on a $100 bet, they have offered me the beautiful odds of $876.
And you know what?
And
It's
I
good
don't
fuck
thi-
odds.
Yep, it is. And City is due to fuck one off because they're so far in front. They don't have their full complement of players. And Chelsea, even though they're without their goalkeeper, Aretha Balaga still is a good goalie. He's just a knobhead.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think they're going to be fine. And Chelsea, once a year, take care of City without an issue.
They always do.
And they
once a
have
year.
for the last 3 or 4 seasons in a row, really. So I think that might actually happen. So I'm going Chelsea to beat City, Newcastle over Watford plus 876.
Very good. Very good. You know, so Pat was hungover. You know who's not hungover? Kitty the chicken.
Well, Kitty enjoyed the week off from betting, although she did take Jacksonville on the money line in the NFL and hit
Who would have
big.
thought Jacksonville was going to beat Indianapolis? How about that?
I mean, she's the golden chicken.
She knows what she's doing.
But she remains at 10/7, and so this week I gave Kitty Wolverhampton hosting Southampton.
Okay.
She quickly showed me a picture of her eating breakfast with Eric Idle.
Okay.
You want to guess what Kitty had for breakfast?
Please don't say eggs.
Spam, 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 crumpets and
spam! It's wonderful spam!
Except I'm pretty sure she substituted the crumpets for more spam.
Could I substitute the crumpet for more spam, please?
No, it was more like... Now, besides enjoying silly walks, Eric also loves the wolves.
You're so chuffed. You're such a cunt.
He loves these bits. So she's picking wolves, and I lost my spot, but I know she wants them to beat the Saints.
Yeah.
And I think that's all I know, right?
No, you know one other thing.
Oh, I do know one other thing. I know everybody needs to gamble legally and responsibly.
Championship corner!
I've fallen, and I can't get up.
Oh, no! About to be the shortest segment in radio.
No one played because of the FA Cup.
Just wanted to hear the drop. The drops are brilliant.
No changes.
Yeah, well, all pretty much the same.
Yeah.
But hey, we got to open with Jason.
That's right. We did.
Yeah.
And good on him. Fulham won. Really sad, though, because a good cup run really can galvanize a side that's struggling. Derby did get knocked out of the cup.
Yeah.
Which I thought a nice cup run might give them the oomph to go on and press on for survival in the championship, which they very well may do despite their point deficit.
Yeah.
Because of their owners' mishandlings of the funds.
I wonder, Barnsley's right down there with them. I wonder if this 5-4 kind of galvanized them as well. To
exactly.
Go, fuck yeah, let's push on.
We can do this.
We can score 5 goals in a single match. We can fucking do this.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we'll see what happens. And, of course, as always, next Monday, we will have an update for you as to what's going on in the championship.
Mel, you got anything for us?
As far as
listening
questions,
to me, like questions from
anybody
was there
talking?
Any questions that you wanted to share with us?
The new segment we're doing.
Yeah.
Not really. We've had a few people checking in. Taylor says that the guesses you don't need to watch Glory now. David wanted to remind you that Leeds lost to West Ham.
Yes.
Taylor also says Mel is doing her best Russ impression. And HR says it sounds good.
Excellent. Yeah, it's Leeds. Leeds got a little bit of a screw job. That first goal, Bone was definitely in the way of the keeper and influenced the goal going in.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, yeah, that was a bad call. And that there's VAR there, so they looked at that and went,
That's fine.
Officer Barbrady, none to see here, you looky loose. All right. Well, that's gonna wrap it up, Mr. Graham. Any parting words?
It's sad to be over, but there is in the 4th round. I did notice there are 2 lower league teams playing each other. So in the 5th round, there's guaranteed to be, which is what I was trying to say.
Guaranteed to be.
Words
That's a
are
show
fun.
title. Words are fun.
Words are fun.
Can't make it words are fun because we've said words are fun as a show many
That
times.
might need to be
times.
a T-shirt at this point.
Yeah, words are fun.
Guaranteed?
Guaranteed.
There's guaranteed to be a lower league team in the 5th round, which is awesome.
Yep.
It's always a joy to see somebody go on a cup run, and very excited to see what happens there.
It
Hopefully
becomes everybody's rooting interest except for the team playing them.
Absolutely.
Like everybody goes, oh, I'd love to see them win the whole thing.
100%. So
it's
hopefully,
not going to be me, them.
Hopefully Kitty, hopefully the Wood, and I think it's Luton and someone else. Hopefully that they go on a bit of a run here. It's going to be fun.
Cambridge is a League 2 side. Oh.
Yeah. So hopefully they go on a bit of a run, but there's guaranteed to be 1 lower league team in the 5th round, which is awesome. So it's sad the weekend's over, but we got a lot to look forward to coming up the first weekend of February.
Excellent.
Also, you want to make sure that you support the show. Patreon.com/DUFootballShow to get all of our extra content. That's Soundcheck, which is our pre-show meeting. Literally checking our sound, talking about the weekend's action in our personal lives, old man problems, Sam's knees hurt. He had an eye infection, may or may not be from some cum, don't know. But lots of stuff. We get it. Yeah, Tegan's sick, my older daughter. So we get into a bunch of stuff, which is a lot of fun on Sound Check. And then Injury Time, which is our preview show, which we're about to start, where we're drunker on that show than we are on this show. So it's a bit more loose. Sometimes turns into DU After Dark. And you get progs and pastry and shit like that. Pastries in Prague, actually. Fuck me today. What is wrong with me?
It's a Pragus pastry because you got ahead of yourself. Because remember, I throw it to you. I'm going to say next up is Injury Time, and how does one find that? But that's okay. You're doing
fine.
you.
I'm doing my thing here, okay? Just let me go.
I mean, you're doing it poorly, but okay.
It's getting done. Check admin. Also, if you want to support the show a different way, you can visit the DU Drip Shack. So on our social medias, at DU Football Show on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, in the bio, you will find the link to the DU Drip Shack where you can find all the swag. You got your Dort Spy Rect stuff. You have your 26.2% of the time it works, none of the time or whatever his shit is over there.
Moment of silence for the Dutch tulip.
Yeah.
I'm a seagull. Go fuck yourself. You got burn lead. There's all kinds of fun shit.
So you got a ton of T-shirts. You can make them into masks. You can make them into tanks. You can make them into sweatshirts. It's very, very cool stuff on there. So make sure you check them out and support the show that way as well.
Excellent. Well, like I said, next up is Injury Time. Sam already told you about it, so you can fuck entirely off. And that's going to do it for us here, boys and girls. Till next week.
You know what I did forget?
What?
We didn't see a dick this weekend.
No.
You remember last year when Newcastle...
No Willy-copters.
Yeah, no Willy-copters. When Newcastle scored last year and they advanced, there was a guy at the top of the ground that had his cock out.
Oh, there was
Willy-copter.
I would say your boy Dimitri. He was girthy in his shorts, and everybody knew exactly how big his dick was.
Well, he went in the dressing room and Willy-coptered. Another fun, actually, I forgot about this. I think it was the Wood, might have been Kidderminister, one of the two of them, sang Teenage Dirtbag in the dressing room after the game.
Fabulous.
Isn't that awesome?
That's pretty good. Gonna have to go find that video, put it up on Drunken United FC.
Very good.
All right,
guys.
Till next week, everybody.
Guten Nacht.
Born in the land of Bowie, Maryland. Bred to be a fan of fucking Everton. Punch you in the eye and drink your rye. Sam Houston.
Sam Houston?
Arsenal fans have another Sam. AKA the fucking Gooner Graham. Stump of a lord. Look straight in shorts. Sam Grammy.
Sam Graham.
Drunken United! Drunken United! Hit the fucking mute button!